Okay. I mean, with this and Fallen Order and Rise of Skywalker coming out soon and The Mandalorian once that's finished, that might be the last Star Wars stuff I ever review on this channel. Who knows? Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the movie that I have the least to talk about. It's a Han Solo origin story of sorts, where Han Solo is surprisingly not played by a de-aged Harrison Ford. He is played by some guy named Alden Ehrenreich. I don't know if he's talented or not. Apparently he was in the running to play Spider-Man a few years ago. That didn't work out, but Disney still got a hold of him anyway. But basically this is a story of how Han Solo becomes the lovable, scruffy-looking nerf herder that we all know. And not a single lick of it makes any sense. The MacGuffin of this film is coaxium, which is a hyperfuel, because now all of a sudden, fuel just has all the bearing in the Star Wars universe. It doesn't make any sense. It came from nowhere, but here we are. And just as a quick rundown of Han Solo's life, he gets a little bit of coaxium, thinks it's gonna, let him move off of Corellia. He and his girlfriend Kira, Yoshikage, played by Emilia Clarke. It doesn't work. He joins the Empire for 3 years, just deserts the Empire, straight up leaves because he meets Woody Harrelson and is like, I want to be a heister. So they heist, doesn't work. One of them dies. And it's like, well, if we go to Dryden Voss and have him give us another chance, things are going to work out. Dryden Voss is Paul Bettany, so he's the Vision. Han meets Chewie, meets Thando, gets his iconic blaster, does the Kessel Run, and gets the Millennium Falcon in like a week. Like every major important thing that happens in Han Solo's life happens in a week, which is funny because Han Solo was easily 35 to 40 by the time we meet him. So he literally had all this life for nothing, for no reason, doesn't lead to anything. It's just, this 25 years of nothing, does everything important and significant in his life right then. Boom. Even at the end of the movie, it's like, I got a job for Jabba the Hutt coming up. I'm like, really? Really? Now, believe it or not, I don't hate Solo. I just think it's a huge waste of time. I don't actively think about it and get angry like I did with The Last Jedi. Alden Ehrenreich does a fine job as Han Solo. I mean, if they were to completely reboot Star Wars from Episode 4 on, and have like an updated cast, Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker, Alden Ehrenreich as Han Solo. Just works for me. But he's not enough. He gives it his all. Emilia Clarke gives it her all. Paul Bettany gives it his all. Woody Harrelson gives it his all. Donald Glover gives it his all. But the five of them combined are not enough to sink this, or to save the sinking ship, because it's just weighed down by agenda, and by plot holes, and by contrivances, and by trying to justify its own existence. This movie never shows you why it happened. It never really makes you feel like, you know what? Yep, I wanted a Han Solo movie, and this is why. It's never like, you don't gain anything from having seen it, because with the exception of the specifics of coaxium and Dryden Voss and Kira, you knew all this stuff happened in his life. You didn't need to see it. You knew it happened. I don't need to watch a 45-minute Kessel Run. The Kessel Run is extraordinarily long in this movie. I have no clue why. It's like the final battle from Avengers Endgame, but with 1/16 the build-up and payoff. You get bored. I never got bored watching the final battle from Avengers Endgame, and I've seen that movie 7 times now, so. As I hinted at earlier, though, the movie is just filled with nods and references. Jabba the Hutt, Mandalorians. I'm so sorry. Darth Maul literally has an appearance at the end. I guess he went from being a Sith Lord being a crime lord. How the mighty have fallen. It's honestly one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen in my life. I'm not a Darth Maul fan whatsoever. I don't actively be like, Darth Maul is my favorite Sith, but he's cool. He's worth more than just being like, oh, criminals, drugs, hyperfuel. Like Sam Witwer, what have they done to you? But yeah, Donald Glover is cool. I don't really like him as Lando, though. I mean, he tries. He really does try. But he just does not have the same swag, the same charm that Billy D. Williams brought to the role 36 years ago. And, I mean, it's one of those things where it's just like, it's hard to replace. You know, like, Lando Calrissian is not this wildly important figure in Star Wars. His only significance to the trilogy is betraying Han. I'm not going to lie. That's all he does. But he's still a character that is very easy to attach yourself to because he's so charming, because he's so suave, because he's so cool. And this movie doesn't really have that. Donald Glover doesn't really carry that. That's just how it is. I just remember that he was supposed to be pansexual in that movie. It doesn't come across. But yeah, this is another thing. Like, as I said, it was weighed down by agenda. Like, L337, the droid, just was like, equal rights, feminism, yeah. And it's just like, oh, all right. At least she dies halfway through. That makes it a little easier. But still, it's just really frustrating. I don't like Solo at all. But again, like I said, I don't hate it. Like, if you put it in front of me, I'm going to leave the room. But I'm not going to tweet about how much I hate it. Sorry. And I'm sure that if you've never seen a Star Wars movie, or if you just straight up really didn't care about whether or not this one was going to be good, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff to love. It's shot well. I can't remember the score to save my life. It took me like 3 days to watch this movie, by the way, on Netflix last year. Like, I started it on like a Tuesday and didn't get done till that Friday. But I'm just rambling at this point. I guess I'll go ahead and put this into the rating system. Solo, a Star Wars story, belongs in the trash. I'm so sorry to say, but it just does. Solo, a Star Wars story. Have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever it is, comment below and let me know. I hate myself. Can we cut the feed? Can we cut? I want to cut. I want this.